Hey guys, it's Steve and Kelly with Getting Fresh Air. Sorry we haven't posted in a while. We're still here. We've had a few challenges, a few setbacks, but we're still here, and we're just going to kind of fill you in on what's been going on. So first of all, we just have, we do have regular full-time jobs that, have gotten busier at work lately. We have had, we've been on some trips, which is one of our upcoming videos. We went to Curacao, so that's going to be coming up. Doing work travel. We've had a lot of work travel between the two of us. We did go out to San Diego at Christmas time and visit Steve's brother and sister-in-law, and we got to surprise Steve's dad and Steve's dad's girlfriend while we were out there. So that was a good fun trip. We got to go visit meet our second granddaughter at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. We have two granddaughters up there, so we got to go spend 4 or 5 days with them and just took some time out to do that. We're going to post some pictures from that. But yeah, that's just kind of, we've been busy with all that stuff lately and just haven't been able to upload any videos.
Yeah, so life happens, like Kelly said, we're not full-time YouTubers, and then even when we are trying to do the YouTube thing, there's some challenges behind the system, if you want to call that. So one of the issues that we had back about this time last year, about a year ago, that kind of started some of my frustrations and stuff was I was on a work trip in Sweden, and then in my off time I was doing some filming for a possible video for the channel and everything, and something weird happened with the GoPro, and it totally corrupted the SD card that was in the GoPro at the time. So I lost all that footage that I was filming while I was in Sweden, and then that SD card also still had some of our video on there from our trip to Isla Mujeres, because I was planning on at least one more video, possibly 2 more videos in our Isla Mujeres series. So lost all that. So that was a very frustrating thing there, where it kind of puts you in the dumps, and you're just trying to think through, what are we really doing here with YouTube and everything, and you get frustrated with it. And then on top of that, we've had a lot of Jeep issues, in the last year or so. So I think you probably remember in one of our videos we talked about our New York trip, and we had plans anyway to do a lot more videos on that trip that we took up to New York. Hoping to hit a few or at least one national park on the way up, a national park on the way back, possibly a Jeep Badge of Honor trail, plus whatever we get into while I'm visiting family up in upstate New York. So a bunch of new videos coming out. I think we only came out of that trip with 3 videos, which we'll put them somewhere here. So only 3 videos, because again we got cut short because we had a major breakdown with the Jeep on the way back from New York. So we were about 10 hours away in Virginia, and the rear axle on the Jeep basically just blew a hole in it, had all kinds of issues. We were out on the interstate with the camper at the time. So it just became a huge headache getting off the interstate, getting the broken Jeep off the interstate, getting the trailer off the interstate, and then obviously people don't have rear axles just sitting around. Right. So it turned into a major repair that took time and a lot of money. So that was one of those things. Once we did get it repaired, now we're kind of hesitant of taking the Jeep off road because we don't want to. That was a very expensive break that we don't want to deal with again. Yeah, and it was very frustrating. We kind of thought something was wrong with it on the way up to New York. We kind of heard a little bit of a sound, but we even took it to a shop in New York, and they said everything was fine. He said it was something to do with the
automatic brake, or parking brake,
Yeah.
which obviously it did not. And also, I don't know if you know, it's very difficult to find a tow truck that will tow the Jeep, a camper, and 2 dogs. So that was a lot, and we had to find a hotel room that would allow the dogs. We had to get a rental
Yeah.
to drive that could tow the camper all the way back home.
Yeah, because we're, like I said, this happened in Virginia, so we're about 10 hours away from home. So yeah, like Kelly said, you know, finding a vehicle to tow the camper the rest of the way home, so that wasn't left in Virginia. And then the dogs, all of our camping gear, because we were on a 2-week trip or something at that time. So we didn't want to leave all that gear in the trailer in Virginia. So it was a big challenge there.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hurdle number one with the Jeep. And then once we got the Jeep back from having the rear axle replaced, we started having some electrical gremlins going on, totally unrelated. We assumed from the rear axle. So we were chasing a lot of electrical issues, and it turned out to be the backup battery, because the Jeeps, if you're familiar with the newer Wranglers anyway, they have the primary Jeep or primary battery in it, but then they have a backup battery in it, or a standby battery, whatever they call it. Basically and that kind of relates to the automatic engine shut off thing or whatever, but as it turns out, it's not just the engine auto start stop thing. It affects a lot of different things, and when that battery went out, we were having a lot of electrical issues until we actually changed that battery, and that kind of cleared everything up there. So that was another frustrating, probably few weeks to a month or more, tracking that
troubleshooting, trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
It would just not unlock, or
Yeah.
the radio wouldn't come on. So it was just kind of weird stuff that, we couldn't track down what was wrong immediately. So that took a while.
Yep. So, and then we got past that. We took the Jeep in to get the tires balanced and realigned, because it's been a little bit. We do a lot of our own maintenance, so I can rotate tires and everything, but we don't have a way to balance the tires. So I took it into a shop to actually get it rotated and balanced. And coming out of that repair, we had a lot of TPMS, the tire pressure management system, a lot of gremlins in that system for some reason. It did not like, for whatever reason, which I've never had this happen before with rotating the tires, but coming out of that work, the tire management system was just not cooperating with whatever happened rotating those tires. We're to the point where it was only showing 3 of the 4 tires, and the 3 tires that that was showing the pressure, it was not showing in the correct spot. So for instance, like the front driver's side tire was actually indicating on the back right side, or vice versa, and then one tire wasn't indicating at all. And we went through a few weeks of, we brought it back to the shop. They were like, no, they're all indicating, the batteries seem to be fine in the sensors in the tire. But we went through a lot of different troubleshooting things that we found online, and none of it really worked. And then all of a sudden it just started working again one day. So it was very frustrating trying to get that system back, tires indicating in the right spot and the 4th tire actually indicating. So that was frustrating there. Most recently, we had the steering damper go out again. So the
death wobble.
Yeah, the death wobbles. I was drawing a blank there. So the death wobble thing, which if you're a Jeep owner, you're probably aware of it. We have around 60,000 miles on our Jeep, and this is the 3rd time that we've had to have that steering damper replaced. And it was just out of the blue. One day, it's fine. The next morning, Kelly went out to drive it to work, and she had all kinds of issues getting it to work, because every little bump she hit, it was just going crazy. So So yeah, so another, repair on the Jeep, third steering damper in 60,000 miles, and it's to the point now where the Jeep is becoming very frustrating to us. So
Yeah,
who knows?
and it's just kind of, it's like not reliable, or it's getting to that point where I can't rely on it, because it is an everyday driver for me.
Yep.
So going back and forth to work, I'm getting stressed out just trying to think about, well, what's going to go wrong is, and the tire's going to go flat, or something else going to fall off of it. So it's getting to be a little frustrating for us, even though we love the Jeep and we love being able to go off road, but it is becoming a little bit of a headache for us.
So that's some of the reasons, some of the challenges we've had in the last 8 months to a year or so, and why you're probably not seeing any camping or off-roading, overlanding type videos from us in the last year or so, is because we've had a lot of challenges with the Jeep, and it's been frustrating, on top of the other things that Kelly talked about as far as just life and our careers and everything, because we're not full-time YouTubers. We do this kind of on the side. It started out probably like a lot of people as a hobby or whatever, or just a way to capture some of our vacation videos, or we're out hiking or trail riding or camping or whatever, and just capturing videos to share with friends and family or whatever. And now it's kind of it's gotten a little bit bigger than that. So.
Yeah. We are up to, we're right at 1,200 subscribers and over 250,000 views.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's great, and we're slowly getting better at this. So, but that's also been a little bit of a challenge, just not having all the high-tech editing equipment, because we edit on an iPad right now. So yeah, so exactly. So we, being part-time YouTubers, we don't have those film crews. We definitely don't have an editor. We're the editors, and like Kelly said, up until the last series that we just posted about Puerto Rico, all of our videos up to that point were actually edited and produced on an iPad. So we recently got a Mac Mini M4, so that's kind of increased our capabilities a little bit as far as the way we can edit videos and everything. And again, we don't have sponsors. We're not affiliated with anybody, and so we're part-time, so you're not going to see those certain schedules like some of the bigger YouTube channels where they produce videos once a week, and every Sunday morning you can count on they're going to have a new video out every Sunday morning, or whatever their regular schedule is. We don't have a regular schedule. We just post stuff as we have videos available, and it depends on what we get out there and do. So like Kelly said, the one milestone, even in the middle of all this, we did pass that 1,000 subscriber threshold. We're almost up to 1,200 subscribers now, so we're still growing, even though we've been a little slow in the last year. And then in the last month or so, we just passed 250,000, 250,000 views on the channel. So that's pretty exciting awesome. There for what we're doing. We had no intentions for that to go that way. So yeah. So what's next, you might ask? So we are going to post. We went to Curacao at the end of January, beginning of February. So we have a couple videos from that are coming up. Try to get back out there and go camping. that may or may not include a new vehicle to replace the Jeep, and may or may not include a new camper. We're kind of exploring some things and looking at different options. We have the teardrop, and I guess we're getting a little older, and it's kind of getting hard to get in and out of that teardrop sometimes. And sometimes you just want a place where you can sit down that you're not just directly on a bed, or you want to cook inside, or
stand up to put your clothes on.
Yeah. Have a little bit more room. Yeah, in there, and maybe the grandkids want to go with us somewhere, so we might have somewhere for them to sleep.
So and it's springtime right now, so right around the corner it's kayaking season too. So we'll be back out on the rivers and stuff, and probably have some kayaking videos out. And we're always trying to come up with new ideas. I think we got a whole list of different videos that we would love to do in the future. It's just life gets in front of you sometimes, and we just got to find that time to get out there and do things. Get out there and get fresh air. So.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for listening, and hopefully stay subscribed and engaged in our videos. And we will be back pretty soon with we'll get the Curacao video out.
Yep, and we appreciate all you guys, even though, like we said, we've been a little bit slow, but we're still growing, and we appreciate all the subscribers, all the likes. We're getting a lot of good comments out there on a lot of the videos, so we appreciate all you, and we hope to be out there and get some more videos out to you guys.
All right, thanks guys, bye.
Bye.
Consider subscribing to our channel for other videos on camping and overlanding, international travel, how-to videos, hiking, snorkeling and scuba, off-roading, canoe and kayaking, and other adventures. And we hope to see you out there getting fresh air.